Hello, I am back in my family home again. It is Monday. I promise you I do actually spend time in my flat. It's just that I'm having so much work done at the moment on the kitchen that it's just easier for me not to be there. So I've just given the guys the key and they're just kind of going in and out. So I am back here. I also have already filmed this whole bit already, but my bra was hanging up behind me and I thought, we're gonna do that again. So here we are. I have gone out for a really lovely walk today. I am working today. It is not as sunny as it was last week yet, but that's okay. This is my first day back at work after a week off, but what felt like much longer than a week off. And this is also week 2 of the Whatever You Want-a-thon, which is very exciting because I am starting a new book today. I have finished When You Get the Chance, which I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. 3 stars for me is a pretty decent rating. I know that people think of 3 stars as different ratings. For me, 1 star would be, oh my gosh, why did I even ever think about reading this? I mean, I'd rarely get a 1 star because I would DNF it before that point. 2 star would be, this is pretty bad. 3 star would be, I liked it, but it didn't blow my mind. 4 stars would be really, really good, and 5 stars would be, I just can't think I'm ever going to forget this book. So this one was 3.5 stars, so it was kind of on the verge of being really good, but not quite there yet, but I did really like it, and I think for such a short book this dealt with so many important topics and talked about so much that I just really liked that aspect of it as well. I really enjoyed the journey what you saw in going to Toronto Pride. I have visited Toronto, it's an amazing city, and I really enjoyed seeing the way it was kind of lit up with all the joy from Pride as well, so I did really like this. And I have nearly finished Felix Ever After, but not quite. I am very close to the end. I think I have like 40 minutes left in the audiobook. I was listening on my way home yesterday and then I got here and I haven't resumed listening yet, but I'm sure I'll finish that either today or tomorrow, which is very exciting because I'm really, really liking that as well. And I'm glad it's going in the direction it is going in, because I had a vague thought of, oh, I hope it doesn't go in this direction, and it hasn't. It's gone in a different one, I think. So hopefully it continues to do that, but I am really liking it. And I am then going to pick up Punching the Air by E.B. Zoboy and Yousef Salam of the Exonerated 5. This is a book told in verse, dual authors, so I'm intrigued to see how that works, because obviously normally with dual authors you have dual perspective, and I don't think this is dual perspective. It's about a 16-year-old boy who is wrongfully accused and imprisoned of a crime that he didn't commit. So I'm expecting this to be very hard-hitting. I know that it's told in prose, and usually those kind of books are quite fast and addictive reads because of the way that that narrative comes across as very lyrical and easy to flow. So that, combined with the fact that it's going to be hard-hitting, means I think this is probably going to be quite an intense read. So I'm going to start this after work. Hopefully I can maybe sit outside if it's warm enough. It's very muggy. It's kind of dark skies and it's meant to be really hot this week and sunny, but today is like the cloudy day at the start. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. This will be my 4th book for Whatever You Want-a-thon. This fits 3 prompts, I think. So POC rep, hauled in the last year, and the cover reminds me of a pride flag. The colours for this, I think, well, for me, remind me of the lesbian pride flag. I think they're really close, actually. It's just that because there's a white background as well, we've got that there too. But this is my read. So, oh, also with me, actually, if I get to them in time, I have got The Turn of the Key, which is a thriller that I think could come out as a 5-star read. This is one of my 5-star predictions, and also this one is as well. This is Dangerous Women, which is kind of a whodunity-esque book, but also historical, so both of these have come back with me too. I'd imagine that I probably will finish this one and then be able to read one of the other ones whilst I'm still here, but that's what I got with me. So I will catch up with you guys a little bit later. Welcome to Monday. Hopefully this is a good reading vlog for you. It's just going to be nice and chilled because I never know when I'm at home how easy it's going to be to film anything. Good morning, it's Tuesday and I am in a queue to book my vaccine. It's actually happening. 25s and over can now book their vaccines in the UK. Yes! I'm not gonna lie, I am worried about the vaccine because I just have a little bit of an aversion to needles. My mum had a needle phobia and I have had many things done with needles and invasive procedures that have just made me really panic with that kind of thing. So I'm booking in. I'm feeling a little bit nervous about it, but it's all good. But I wanted to give an honest reflection of that because I think it's really important to get this vaccine if you're able to. And it was something that I was really scared about. Like when it was first announced, I was like, oh, but all these reasons. And now I'm like, no, I'm going to be safe for myself and for other people booking the vaccine, even though it terrifies me. And this is part of the reason why when I was younger, I never had the cervical cancer jab. And then I had it a lot older. You can get that on the NHS in the UK before age, well, in England, I assume the rest of the UK, maybe, in England, before the age of 25. So I should have got it at school. It was very new, didn't get it, didn't want the jab, and then regretted it as an adult and got it. So it wasn't too late, but I was kind of silly at that age not to get it. So basically, waiting in the queue, gonna get the COVID vaccine because, yes, I'm number 3,914. Hopefully I can get myself booked in. I've seen that there's people having a lot of issues with the site, and when they get to the end it tells them they're not eligible, so I really hope that it doesn't tell me that, because I should be eligible according to the website. But yeah, little Tuesday update for you. Get the vaccine, kids, if you can, if you're able to. And yeah, stay safe, everyone. Hopefully I will work my way up this queue soon and be the boss of the vaccine. This book is really, really good. I am about halfway through. I honestly trying not to read it too fast. It is very, very Moorish, because instead of chapter headings, it's more like subject headings for the poem slash verse that you're about to read. And it is very hard-hitting in terms of, this is about somebody that has been convicted of crime that the blurb says they're convicted of a crime he didn't commit. So I'm trusting in the blurb, and I'm assuming this isn't going to be like a kind of figuring out if he did commit it kind of story, and it is just going to be that he genuinely just didn't commit it. But the process of that, and him in jail, and him being mistreated, and the way that his life has completely changed versus life that he thought he was going to have, and the things he thought he was going to do, and the college that he thought he was going to go to, is just heartbreaking. The fact that that's not what he's going to have anymore. And my mum and I had a very long conversation last night about people that are wrongfully convicted of crimes and how people are sentenced for crimes and things like that, and totally inspired by this book. But this is just, I mean, it's not heavy at all. It just feels like it's a really important topic. It's a very easy read in the sense of it just flows really well. The writing just makes me not want to put it down, but the topic itself is really, really important, and I'm finding this very interesting to read, and I'm definitely going to finish this today because I can't put it down. I'm going to go on my lunch break now and read, but I also wanted to let you guys know that I did manage to book my vaccine after being told many times I wasn't eligible because there was a website crash for the NHS, but I finally booked it for next Saturday. So I'm nervous about it because it's an injection, and because my contamination OCD means that getting ill is something that worries me. And even though I know that the chances of me getting ill are very slim, and that the illness itself will be very minor as well, I just can't really help it. It's how my brain works. But we're talking about it on Instagram to be nice and open and honest, so I hope that you can get that from this as well, that I just want people to realise that not everyone is, you know, I'm really excited about the vaccine, and it's okay to be totally excited about it, but also feel nervous about it too, and you're not alone if you feel like that, basically, because one, fear of needles is making me feel nervous, two, OCD contamination thing is making the after process make me nervous too. So yay, but I finally got through, so I'm gonna go downstairs now and read this outside on my lunch break because it's beautiful and sunny, and I'm very, very excited about that. I am finished work for the day. I'm sat outside reading Punching the Air. I have got, well, there's much left, so not much at all. I'm on page 279 out of about 400, I think. This is so interesting. I was actually just reading, hang on, oh, that is a bad camera angle. At the back there is a little bio for the authors. So this is dual authored, and E.B. Zaboy is one of the authors, and she's got quite a lot of other books, and then the other author is Dr. Yusuf Salam, who, when he was 15 years old, his life was upended after he was wrongfully convicted with 4 other boys in the Central Park jogger case. In 2002, after the young men spent years of their lives behind bars, their sentences were overturned, and they're now known as the Exonerated Five. So I think, and I told you about this book, I did say at the bottom there that it says his name of the Exonerated Five, but I didn't really know too much about this. But apparently it is an acclaimed Netflix series called When They See Us. I haven't seen this, I don't know why, and now I'm really intrigued, so I'm going to watch this Netflix series. But this whole concept of the being wrongfully accused and this boy's experience in this prison, or juvenile prison, is just... it's really hard hitting in terms of the fact that there are going to be people that are just grouped like this, are wrongfully accused of a crime, and have to go through this absolute hell because of it. And I really hope that there's a resolution for him. I really hope that he gets somewhat of a semblance of the life that he worked hard to achieve, but I don't know. I don't know what direction this is going to go in, and it wouldn't surprise me if it didn't go in that direction. But I really hope that he gets to write his story. So yeah, really enjoying it. It is so nice and sunny this week. I am so happy. I couldn't have kind of accidentally fallen on a better week to be working from my family home this week, because obviously my kitchen's being done. Oh, hang on, Pippin wanted to say hi, or I kind of forced him into it, but... So yeah, it's Wednesday. I'm having a good week working from my family home. It is morning. It is 8:20 in the morning, and I finished 2 books yesterday. I finished my audiobook, The Felix Ever After. I gave that 4.5 out of 5 stars. Okay, Pippin, this is potentially not going to work, is it? You want to get down now, or sit down a bit lower? No? Okay. So I gave that 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. The narrator was fantastic, and just generally the story was, I think, very important, and also it felt like a journey that I wanted to be like, yes, to at the end. So that was really good. And then yesterday I also finished Punching the Air, which I also gave 4.5 out of 5 stars, which I just thought was brilliant. You heard me talk about it a lot yesterday and sing its praises for how compelling the writing style was and how addictive it was to just keep reading, because of the fact that it was told in verse, which instantly I think makes it very easy to just keep going, because you don't have the same kind of one more chapter feeling, because if you consider like one of the poems to be a chapter, then it's literally could be a page or two, so it's very, very easy to just keep reading. But also too, because the story... Pippin, you're just stealing the show. Too, because the story itself was just so gripping. I just needed to know what was going to happen to the main character, and yeah, I really liked it. Pippin, seriously, dude. So I am now moved on to The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I started this last night and I am 40 pages in, so not very far. Pippin, dude. He's just sniffing the table that you're on. Anyway, yeah, not very far into this, but weirdly I've picked up a book with one similar plot point to Punching the Air, in that this follows someone else who has been wrongfully accused of a crime and is in prison for it, and that is what Punching the Air followed. I think they're quite different storylines, because this is much more of a thrillery, possibly haunting. This house on the front of it has apparently got some like haunted stories around it, but there's a live-in nanny that has been accused of killing one of the children she was meant to be looking after, except she didn't do it, which means the murderer is still on the loose, but she is guilty of something, but we don't know what that is yet. I read One by One by Ruth Ware and I devoured it and loved it. Such a good thriller, so I'm really hoping that this one is also a really good thriller. This is one of my 5-star predictions for Whateverthon, so I really hope that it lives up to that, but I picked it next because I thought it would be quite a quick one to get through, particularly when it's so sunny and I can read in my lunch break and after work. So it's a total of 337 pages, so it shouldn't take me too long to get through. I am here definitely today, all of today, Wednesday, maybe all of Thursday, and maybe Friday. It totally depends on how long it takes the guy to finish my kitchen. Obviously, Pippin will just continue to steal the show up until that point. Hello, it's Thursday and I'm still here. My flat is finished. Well, finished. The big work in the kitchen is finished, and there's a couple of little bits left to do. But the important thing is the bulk of it is done. It's just apparently very, very strong fume smells. So I'm gonna go back tomorrow night, because the last time I went back and it was really strong fume smells, I had such a bad headache, and I know I can't avoid them, and I'm just gonna do all the remedies and open all the windows and have all the smells going to just alleviate that. But I'm gonna work from home here tomorrow as well, as I am today, and then go home. I'm so excited. I feel like I haven't spent more than like 4 days at a time in my flat for about a month now because of this work, and I'm very grateful that I can come here. And obviously under normal circumstances I would have just stayed in the flat if I hadn't have had this home nearby as well, but it has been nice to be able to come here and have that break from having workmen around and being around too many people in a close space, and the noise and the smell. So it's nearly done. Well, it is done, kind of. It's nearly done. There's little bits left to do, like finishing the grouting around the tiling and getting just the little bits finished, but I'm so excited. excited. It's been happening since December, guys. December. Anyway, reading update. I can't remember if I actually told you that I was going to be reading The Turn of the Key next. I honestly, did we have this chat? We may well have had this chat. This is a thriller. I think we have had this chat because I was about to tell you what it's about and I think I already have. Have I? Basically, the start of this is the woman is going up for this nannying job and she is in jail and we're getting like her perspective of her experiences to get kind of a character of her built up. And the house that she's going to is in the Scottish Highlands and it's 2 architects that live there and it is so high tech. Like she describes it as being a mix of modern and old, but the whole house is a smart home and it's controlled by all this technology. And I don't know if anything like this is actually possible because obviously I know that there are a lot of different smart homes, but one of the things that I want to know if it's a thing, and if it is a thing, is going to be a goal for when I have my own house and, you know, evidently I've won the lottery by this stage. But there's this shower. So there's basically like panels in every room where you can control the heating, the music, the curtains being open, like essentially a smart home. I was going to say the name of the smart home device, but I don't want to set it off. So that is in every room, and in the bathroom you can like set your own settings and you can say who you are and it'll set it to your settings and it'll actually move the nozzles like up and down the side of the shower unit and it'll change the temperature and adjust it to who you are, and it just sounded so delightful. Like, what, like, is this a thing? Can I get this? I mean, not that that is anything I'm gonna get now, but it just sounded so cool that you could like program what kind of a shower you were after. So if you're gonna wash your hair, you could have a different type of shower and you could just move it all around. I love high-tech stuff like that. I just find it so interesting. So I'm really enjoying reading it from that perspective. I don't know if that's the part I should be enjoying reading. I don't know if the tech is gonna like malfunction or something and end up causing some sort of an issue. But I am not like massively far and I'm 107 pages in. I read most of that yesterday, but it is, yeah, Thursday, so tomorrow, I probably won't vlog much tomorrow, if at all. I might just have a makeup-free day and then go home and clean my whole flat. I think that's the bit that I'm dreading because I don't like cleaning, but I find cleaning satisfying. But because of the amount of dust there's going to be everywhere, I'm just going to have to empty all of the cupboards in the kitchen and just get everything cleaned. And that part, I'm not so much looking forward to, so yay. Anyway, I wanted to give you a quick update. That is how that's going. I went for a walk at lunchtime. It was very nice. The sun's gone away today and tomorrow, but it's back Saturday and Sunday. I'm going for a picnic with friends on Saturday, which should be really good. I haven't done that kind of thing for ages. I love a good picnic. So that's my updates. I hope you're doing well. And I will update you more on Saturday, I guess. Hello, I'm back in my flat. It is Saturday morning. Would you guys like to see my kitchen? Because it's not finished, but the massive part of the work, which was changing the whole colour of everything in here, is done. There has still got to be some grouting done, a shelf to be put up, just some little bits, but I can't wait to show you this in my flat tour because also you're just going to see it in the background of shots anyway because it's quite a distinctive, bold colour. And I wanted to, yeah, I want to share it because I'm so happy. So are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. This is my kitchen. It's so pretty. I'm so happy. So literally everything has changed. The fridge has been there a while, but that is a new fridge. There was a built-in unit going all the way around. The flooring is new. Well, it's, again, that's been there a while, but new to the flat. All of these have been repainted and detail added, so you can see that there's like a little bit of depth to them, and we've got the copper handles which are new. So I've gone for this deep blue colour with copper, which I'm very pleased with. All of my like accents are copper, my microwave, my toasters, copper on it. These are again new to the flat, but like I've had them here for a couple of months now, and I'm just so happy. Like the tiling again is something that I've had done for a while now, but it's still new to the flat. But like the tiling up here, for example, you can see it's not finished yet, it's not been grouted yet, because for some reason that was more difficult. So that was like done, this was all done in December and that was done last week. So I am unbelievably happy with this. I've shown you guys my tap before, but we're gonna see it again for anyone that missed it. So it does this and it does this. How cool is that? It's all very exciting. I'm so happy. I love the colours. I'm so glad because I thought these two would go really nicely together, but I wasn't like 100% without seeing it, and now I've seen it, yes. I am just so happy. So happy. I'm so happy that it looks beautiful, but also I'm just so happy it's done. I think this has been, so in December they started tiling the kitchen and then had to stop halfway through because the third lockdown, a lockdown came in, so they had to stop. And then once they were able to resume again, they were so booked up with more pressing jobs that they just didn't have a chance to come to me yet. So now it's actually happening and being finished. Like by next week we should have everything done, which would be like the shelving and the tiling being grouted up there. Oh, I can't point. Up there. But I'm in love with it. I love it so, so much. It's so beautiful. But also I came home last night to some book mail, so I thought I would show you what that is. I've shelved them all, so bear with me. But first off, Lauren from Fiction Tea had a few extra copies of some books that she knew I wanted to read, so she sent me those along. So the first up is My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. I know this is quite a heavy one about a girl that has a relationship with her teacher who is quite significantly older than her. I don't know if it's a consentful relationship or not. The teacher's been accused of sexual abuse with a former student, so, well, you know, I know it's going to be dark and the reviews call it deeply disturbing, so I am expecting that to be rather dark. Also, Lauren got me, we're just going on a tour of my flat right now. She didn't got me, she sent me, because again, she knew I wanted to read it and she had multiple copies. Fence Volume 3, which is great because I am currently up to speed with all of my graphic novel series that I want to be up to speed with. I cannot get that back in one-handed. And Fence is one that I want to keep going with, so that was great to be able to have number 3. And then I got an order from Waterstones, which is a stunning special edition. This is The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. My pronunciation there is not good. Oh, look at this. This is dark academia and like could be the new secret history, I think. This is a signed Waterstones sprayed pages edition and I have been waiting for this one for a long time. Well, not a long time, but like ever since I saw it a few months ago and I pre-ordered it. So I'm very excited to have that. So that's me. I'm going for a picnic with friends this afternoon. It is currently just about to go 10. So I woke up nice and early because the paint smells were getting to me. It's very strong, so I have all the doors and windows open. So I'm gonna film a couple of videos, properly get ready in terms of like I've got to go and pick up picnic bits because yeah, my friends and I are gonna go for a picnic and just sit and chill because it's really lovely weather. So I've got picnic blanket and picnic bag ready, so I'm gonna go pick up some bits later as well and do a food shop because I have not done a food shop for so long because I've been back in my family home so often that I've not been here long enough to need to fill my fridge up, so I need to sort that out. I'm feeling very happy to be back here. Sorry, the road is probably really noisy, the balcony door is open. I'm feeling really happy to be back in my flat because I feel like I've just been in and out so much through not of my own choosing that it would be nice to do it through my own choosing. Like I love going back home and I'm happy to go back home regularly because ultimately I'm an extrovert, I get my energy from other people and that involves my family and I love spending time with them and they have a lovely swinging chair in their garden when it's lovely weather. That's not the only reason I go back, obviously, but it'll be nice to have that be my choice again and not have to go for like a week at a time. I can just go Friday to Saturday or Sunday or Monday and like, you know, just have a couple of days at a time. And yeah, it's nice to actually be able to be back in my flat. I feel like I've just not been here for the longest time, for like an actual long period of time. So here I am. I'm saying this all. I'm getting my vaccine next Saturday and I am going home after that because it's Ava's birthday on Sunday. She's very excited. So I'm going to go home after my vaccine just in case I, for whatever reason, had a bad reaction to it and I was on my own here and no one really knew. So I just felt more comfortable. So that is happening. But this weekend is all about seeing friends, spending time in the sun. Oh, and reading. I suppose I probably should tell you about that. So the book I'm currently reading is Ruth Wears the Turn of the Key. I am halfway through. And I was reading this book on Thursday night in bed at about 11 o'clock in a house with people in, and I had to put it down. It was freaking me out. There's like this undertone of potentially a haunted element to this house, and there was a particular scene when the woman goes to bed and it's her first night nannying these children and the parents aren't there. And she goes to bed and she wakes up at like 3 in the morning and there's a light on downstairs that she knows she turned off and she can hear footsteps and there's no explanation for it. And I'm just like, okay. I didn't know it was gonna be like ghosty, I suppose. when you think of a thriller, and if you were to watch a thriller film, you would expect to have that kind of element of jumpiness, but also a little bit of fear in there. And actually a majority of the books I say I'm reading that are categorized as thrillers don't necessarily have that feature, but are still have some of that thriller element in there, whereas this one, I could see this as being a really good thriller film. But yeah, it's I don't know how well I'm going to cope with reading this alone at night in my flat, because I started reading a little bit yesterday. Well, it's actually this morning, because I went to bed extremely late, because when I got back I had to clean everything, because everything was dusty, everything, like all my glasses, all of my plates, all of my saucepans, everything was just covered in dust because of the kitchen work. So I was up till 2. Thank you, Lauren, for keeping me company on the phone to Lauren for that whole time, but I read a little bit at 2 in the morning. No. So I'm gonna go do the things I said I was gonna go do, and I'll catch up with you later. You see that? See that fan? I built that fan. That fan was described as needing 2 people to build. I'm one person. I built the fan. Was it difficult? Yes. Did I get annoyed and wasn't quite sure where the parts should go? Yes. But do I now have a fan blowing cold air around my flat on this very hot summer's day? I bet I do. I bet I do. Anyway, I'm gonna turn it off now because it's probably noisy for you. Okay, I am here to end the vlog. I probably should have checked my makeup before starting to film this. It's been a lovely day. It's been a very hot day, which is why I'm saying I probably should check my makeup, because it's probably, oh, what's happening here? It's probably all over my face. But it's been a really good day. I went for a picnic with my friends. I didn't film anything because I just didn't think about it. But I've got my Malibu and pineapple. Here it is in my very cool glass. Look how cool this glass is. I got it off Not on the High Street. It's a cocktail glass. Isn't it cool? I love it. So I am planning on basically just sitting down and chilling, because I haven't had an evening to myself for a while. So I might watch a film. I was gonna get a Pizza Hut delivery, but I actually feel pretty full from the picnic stuff, and also I was the one with the cooling bag, so I have now brought all the food home with me, which is not the smartest idea because I've now got all the picnic food in my fridge, because me and one of the friends that went out yesterday, we're going to go and just sunbathe tomorrow because it's really sunny, and we bought ourselves some fold-up chairs. So I said we could just bring that food back again, which means that it's now just in my flat, tempting me like an evil temptress of food. Anyway, I'm not going to read anything more before the end of this vlog because I want to sit and watch a film, so I don't know what film I'm going to pick. There's a new one on Netflix that came up recommended for me, so I think I might give that a go. But I wanted to wrap up the vlog because I have had quite a good week. Like, you know, I was at home for most of it. It was really nice weather. I read some decent books. This is week 2 of Whateverthon, and I am on book 5. I haven't started a new audiobook yet. I need to pick something on SCRIBD. I think I might pick something that isn't necessarily on my TBR, because I've looked through all the books on my TBR and for me none of them are available. So I think I'm just going to maybe pick something else just to read as the audiobook, because I kind of fancy like a cute contemporary again, because Felix Ever After was such a good audiobook that I want to go down that route and just to have something else like that with this lovely sunny weather. So I'll let you know on Monday in the next weekly reading vlog what I pick there. I also do need to read a bit more of The Shadow of the Wind. What I wanted to do was read 100 pages a week of that going forward so that I could finish it for my Patreon book club pick. It is my favourite book of all time, so this is a reread. So I feel like I'm already embedded in the story. I'm about halfway through it, but I need to read maybe about 50 more pages of that to hit my 100-page a week goal. So I'll probably read a little bit of that tomorrow as well during my sunbathing. I think it's perfect to sunbathe whilst reading The Turn of the Key as well, because it's creeping me out, and if I'm outside in the middle of the day in the sun around humans and with my friend, I'm going to be less creeped out. So we're just going to both sit and read together, I think. It's going to be really good. So happy Saturday night. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I'm certainly very happy that I get to stay in my flat now unless I choose to leave my flat, and it's no longer going to be a case of there's a lot of work going on, the fumes are going to be quite strong, there's going to be lots of noise, it's better if you leave. So cheers to that, cheers to a brilliant week, cheers to the sun. I have so many exciting things coming up that I'm just feeling really good, really good. It's so nice to have plans. It's my birthday next month and I need to pick what I want to do and where I want to go, so that's exciting. And in August is my best friend's wedding, which was moved from last year to this year. I'm her maid of honour. I am very excited, and I get to see 6, which is really exciting. So I'll be going up to London, which is exciting. I'll be one step vaccinated by then, but then having my second vaccine in September. It's great. I just feel good. It's a good week. So cheers everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this reading vlog. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you've been reading this week. You can subscribe to see more of my face on your feed. If you are a fan of my content, you can also find me on Patreon, where I create extra content, all sorts of things such as podcasts. There's going to be new dedicated reading vlogs, there's a book club. It's such a nice community. So really, more than anything, just because I made a really terrible fan pun, it's a great place to be. There is a link down to that. There is a link to that down below. It's a really fun community, and it's also an extra way to support me if you ever wanted to. Thank you guys so much for watching this weekly reading vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. And here's to another fantastic week. I hope you are having many, many smiles and you are feeling very, very good and enjoying this weather. And if you're not a sun lover, I hope you are getting some cozy reading done inside and managing to stay cool with your fans. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about a fan now. I'm just very proud I made it, guys, okay? But I'm gonna round off here. So thanks so much for watching, keep smiling and stay positive.